Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Horsepower Obsessed. Today, we're going to talk about the C8 Corvette and the fact that it just started production again as of yesterday. Alright guys, so for those of you who don't know, the workers at the Bowling Green, Kentucky plant actually returned to work yesterday, the 26th of May, for the first time since the plant closed on the 20th of March, due to the entire pandemic going on right now. Initially, this was supposed to only be a 2-week shutdown, but of course we're looking at over 2 months since that plant was closed, and now it is back open, which is absolutely fantastic because for those of you who don't know, I am expecting a C8 Corvette of my own, and it was supposed to be built on the 23rd of March. So yes, I missed it by 3 days. I should be one of the first cars built. I can't freaking wait. This car is absolutely fantastic and I can't wait to have one of my own. But anyway, not to discount the reasons for the plant closure. Now, GM has gone through a couple different things to make sure that the plant is safe for the workers that have returned to work. That is being done through active monitoring and mandatory wearing of masks and safety goggles. And so far, GM has been pretty successful with these new safety requirements because as its facilities have reopened around the world without any kind of incident. Now, the 26th of May is when the workers actually have started back building the cars, but the workers have actually been in the facility for about a week now, gearing up and getting ready for building some cars. So there's been no issues there, and that's fantastic. Like I said before, I don't put anybody's safety behind the fact that I want my car. I would rather everybody be safe and delay the car a little bit. Even though I am absolutely pumped to finally get this thing, I fully understand why they do what they do, and I want to make sure everybody's safe first. An article over at the CorvetteBlogger.com goes on to say that the Corvette assembly line will be moving slower than usual this week as plant workers get back up to speed with their assignments while working within those safety protocols that GM has stressed. The plant will be ramping up production with around 550 first shift workers building the 2020 Corvettes, and the second shift is expected to come online in early July. Those first shift workers who returned yesterday were based on seniority. When the plant returns to full function capacity, it will have 1,200 employees back to work. There were some 230 or so current builds that were left unfinished when the plant closed in March. All of the unfinished Corvettes on the line were wrapped up in tight plastic sheeting as they waited for production to restart. I'm hoping one of those is mine. Based on what we are hearing about the production quantities ramping up, we are speculating that it could take a couple weeks before we see those finished and new builds starting. One of the UAW workers was actually quoted saying, "I believe this next model year is going to be just as busy, if not busier, because quite honestly, there may be numerous customers who can't get a 2020 because of availability." I talked about this in a previous upload, but March 18th was the cutoff for ordering a 2020. If you had your order in before March 18th, you're very likely to get a 2020. If you put in the order after 2020, it's likely to be a 2021 model that you end up getting instead. Now, with that said, there was another article I read that actually says that with the production of the 2020 models restarting, the 2021 model year is apparently getting pushed back. So normally those would start somewhere around the end of May, the beginning of June. Now they are getting pushed back. And it has been confirmed that the 2021 model year for the C8 Corvette has been pushed back until November of 2020. That's pretty late for a 2021 model year to be started, but like I said, GM really wants to get the 2020s out the door, which is really awesome. A lot of us were concerned in the beginning that we might not get a 2020 at this point, depending on how long this whole pandemic lasted. But now we know for sure it's going to be a 2020 as long as your order was in by March 18th. Now, we were talking about the convertible option being possibly delayed until 2021, but Autoblog has gone on record saying that GM is definitely starting the production of the convertible version starting July 20th. So in less than a month, you guys out there who have ordered the convertible option for the 2020 C8 will start to see production, and that is absolutely awesome. Congratulations to anybody who has ordered a convertible because you are going to get it soon. And before we continue, guys, I wanted to mention the sponsor of today's video, which is, again, Ridge Wallet. As you can see here, I have a couple different wallets in front of me. One of them is carbon fiber, forged carbon, and the navy blue metal option on the ZR1 carbon fiber spoiler. The Ridge Wallet will fit up to 12 cards, which includes debit, credit, and your driver's license or identification cards. As you can see, this is my personal wallet. It has 11 cards in it. So I've had a couple requests from you guys about how this particular wallet works with the card functionality. So if you look at the area right here where you can push your thumb up into, you can actually release the cards like that and then pinch it at the bottom and it will fan all your card options out. Select whatever card you want, use it, put it back, and then you can just push them all right back down in just like that. It helps eliminate some of the stuff that we carry around in our wallets as guys that we don't really need, and it keeps it nice and streamlined and more up to date. If you're interested in any of these guys, I will put the information down in the description below as well as on the screen here. You can even save yourself 10% just for being a horsepower obsessed fan. But anyway, let's get on with the show. While we're talking about the 2020 Corvette production, let's go on to the next topic, which is again from our friends at CorvetteBlogger.com. One of the latest C8 Corvette owners actually found a quality control checklist in the glove box of their brand new C8 Corvette. Now, this isn't anything earth-shattering, but it does give you a glimpse into what GM checks on every single car, because this actually has to be checked and signed off on. In this situation, I think some of the words used are a little strange. I see the word mutilation come up a lot, which really isn't something I want to think about when thinking of my brand new Corvette, that anything has been mutilated on it, but GM has a checklist and they chose the word mutilation quite a bit. Anyway, I'm going to throw the pictures up here on the screen for you guys to see exactly what it is that they check over. As you can tell, most of these are signed off on with a no defect circled, meaning the car turned out just perfect. It didn't come out with 6 toes or 6 fingers or anything like that. The guys at CorvetteBlogger.com go on to say something that I was actually thinking, and that was, based on the scrutiny that the cars are supposed to receive from quality control, we're very surprised some of the cars left the factory in the condition they did, with misaligned stitching on the instrument panel, for example, or the paint chips in the edge of the door caused by a screw being too long. I thought the exact same thing before I even read that part of the article. It's very interesting that the quality control list is this detailed, and yet some of these are slipping through the cracks, because I have heard of some quality control issues with the C8 Corvette. Hopefully the quality control gets better as the car is being produced, which I'm sure it will, but the list that I'm seeing here is actually a good thing. It really instills some confidence that the car is going to turn out pretty well, possibly perfect. This is obviously a car that was built prior to March 20th. After the shutdown, and 2 of the pages at least didn't have anything filled out. So that by itself is a little concerning, but I'm sure they had a reason, or at least I hope they did. The next bit of information comes from CorvetteBlogger.com again, but I've actually seen this particular story posted a couple different places on the internet, and that is the company called Sigala Designs. I can only assume I'm pronouncing that correct. If I'm not, I apologize. But what they're doing is making a wide body kit for the C8 Corvette. They are calling it the C8RR. Mitch over at the CorvetteBlogger.com is quoted saying, "We love the look of the stock C8, but have always wished the designers had pushed the envelope further. Maybe it's the boy racer in us, but we absolutely love the look of this kit." I can't agree more, Mitch. This kit actually looks fantastic. It really does give the car a C8R appearance without going too overboard. The spoiler is a little bit much, but at the same time, the aero kit of the car and the entire look really fits what I envision the C8 Corvette to look like. The CorvetteBlogger.com says that there is 32 pieces in this package, and the cost of which is said to be quote-unquote coming soon. But the 32 pieces are a vented hood, front bumper extensions, front lip extended, twin front splitter extensions, wide body fenders, side skirt extensions, side splitter extensions, wide body quarter panels, rear diffuser, rear bumper extensions, rear winglets, high-rise wing, and some engine vents. At the end of the day, the pictures being shown on the screen here right now is what the car is going to look like, and it does look pretty phenomenal. Now, the fact that this particular kit comes in a bunch of different pieces means you can kind of pick and choose what you want your car to look like. If you don't want the slightly over-the-top spoiler, you don't have to take it. If you don't like some of the engine vents, you don't have to put them on. That's awesome. That means you guys all get the choice. If you like this kit, but you don't like some of the pieces, you choose what ends up getting installed. The kit can currently be pre-ordered at sigaladesigns.com, and it's available in full fiberglass, full carbon fiber, or partial carbon fiber. And lastly, guys, I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of an update for my C8 Corvette that's coming. Like I said, it was supposed to be produced on the 23rd of March, but due to the pandemic, production actually stopped on March 20th, so my build didn't happen. Now, with that said, my build should be one of the first ones made after the plant reopened as of yesterday, so I am super pumped to finally get this car. But what I wanted to tell you guys, for those of you who don't know, it is going to be a torch red car, black wheels, 2LT, front end lift, engine appearance package, and competition seats. But I have some huge mods planned. I actually already have them. So as soon as the car arrives here, we are going to be doing a lot of stuff to it. So I definitely want you guys to stay tuned for that. If you're interested in seeing any kind of mods on a C8 Corvette, you're going to see a lot of them here. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. If you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about the content we talked about today or ever on this channel, go ahead and shoot them in the comment section down below, or send me an email, horse.power.obsessed@gmail.com, and I'll make sure all of your questions get answered. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. I have loads of C7 and C8 Corvette content coming you are not gonna want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.